Episode 21 Identify Yourself, Powerful New Rivals. After completing their mission in the Land of Waves, Team 7 returns to the Hidden Leaf Village. Kakashi surprises them with the news that they have been registered for the Chunin exams, a test that will determine if they can be promoted from Genin to Chunin. Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura are excited, though Sakura feels insecure. Upon arriving at the registration area, they meet important new characters such as Rock Lee, Niji Hyuga, and Tenten from Guy's team. Rock Lee challenges Sasuke to a fight, showing his taijutsu skills and easily defeating Sasuke. Naruto realizes that the Chunin exams will be extremely difficult. Episode 22 Unrelenting. The Demon of the Land of Snow. This episode focuses on the training and preparation for the Chunin exams, as Team 7 begins to understand what lies ahead. They also meet more adversaries from other villages, such as ninjas from the Hidden Sand Village, including Gaara, Kankuro, and Temari, who show an intimidating confidence. The tension builds as the competition grows more intense and mysterious characters appear. Episode 23 Ino vs Sakura. Who's going to win? The first tests begin, and the first stage is a written exam that isn't just about intelligence but also about gathering information without being caught. The participants must use their ninja skills to cheat without being noticed by the exam proctors. Naruto, who is terrible at studying, struggles to understand the exam, but the real purpose of the test is to measure teamwork and the ability to acquire information. Sakura, who is very intelligent, has no trouble, while Sasuke uses his Sharingan to copy others' answers. Naruto, however, remains confident even without answering anything. Episode 24 Naruto the Genius. The exam continues, and Naruto stands out by refusing to give up, even when he's at a disadvantage. At the end of the test, a final question is presented. Everyone must decide whether or not to answer. If they answer wrong, they will be banned from the exams forever. Naruto refuses to quit and decides to take the risk. His determination impresses the proctors, and everyone who remained until the end is passed. It's here that the Genins meet Ibiki Marino, the proctor of the first test, a specialist in interrogation and torture, who reveals that the true test was about willpower. Episode 25 Second Stage, The Forest of Death. The second stage of the Chunin exams begins, and the Genins are taken to the Forest of Death, a dangerous and deadly area where teams must compete for two types of scrolls, the Heaven Scroll and the Earth Scroll. Each team must collect both to advance to the next phase. Tension rises as the proctor, Anko Mitarashi, warns that there is a high risk of death during this stage. Naruto, Sasuke, and Sakura enter the forest but are quickly ambushed by enemies. Episode 26 The Sudden Attack. The mysterious being inside the Forest of Death, Team 7 is attacked by an enemy team. They manage to survive the first assault but are soon confronted by a sinister presence, Orochimaru, one of the legendary Sunin, disguised as a competitor. Orochimaru attacks Team 7 with great power, and Sasuke and Naruto find themselves fighting for their lives. Orochimaru is particularly interested in Sasuke because of his potential and the power of his Sharingan. Episode 27 Naruto's counterattack. Never give in. Naruto bravely fights Orochimaru, even though he is completely outmatched in terms of power. During the battle, Orochimaru places the cursed seal of heaven on Sasuke, marking him as his future vessel. The seal begins to corrupt Sasuke's chakra, causing him excruciating pain. Naruto, who was poisoned by a snake summoned by Orochimaru, struggles to stay conscious. Meanwhile, Sakura becomes desperate seeing her teammates in danger. Episode 28 Sakura Blossoms. The guts to never give up. With Sasuke unconscious from the seal and Naruto incapacitated, Sakura finds herself alone to protect her friends. In this episode, she shows a rare moment of courage as she fights against the enemies that continue to attack, including the Sound Ninjas, who possess powerful techniques. Rock Lee arrives to help Sakura and fights the enemies but is also defeated. Sakura, with no other choice, cuts her own hair in a symbolic act of strength and independence, taking a defensive stand as the Sound Ninjas continue their assault. Episode 29 Naruto Awakens, Proof of Being a Ninja. Team 7 receives unexpected help from Ino, Shikamaru, and Koji, Team 10, who arrive to fight alongside Sakura against the Sound Ninjas. An intense battle ensues, with Ino showing her mind control abilities, Shikamaru using his shadow to trap enemies, and Koji using his body expansion techniques. During the fight, Sasuke awakens, possessed by the power of the cursed seal, and demonstrates brutal strength that shocks both his friends and enemies. Episode 30 The Sharingan Revived, Dragon Flame Jutsu. Sasuke, consumed by the dark power of the cursed seal, violently defeats the Sound Ninjas. His cold and ruthless behavior shocks Sakura, who realizes how much the seal is changing Suzuki. However, Suzuki eventually regains control of himself, and Team 7 decides to continue in the Forest of Death, now more aware of the dangers they face, both from external enemies and from within themselves. These episodes dive into the Chunin exams arc, introducing new characters and deepening the development of the protagonists. Team 7 faces increasingly powerful adversaries, and Suzuki's internal struggle with the power of the Cursed Seal begins to emerge as a central theme. The pressure of the exams reveals the true potential of each character and sets the stage for even greater challenges.